Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Justin Spencer, and on the other end over here, I have one of my students, Richard Kaur, who recently got started in the solo ads business about, I want to say 2 or 3 months ago. He might have had some experience before he met me, but now is our chance, now that we got Richard on the line here, to grill him with some super simple questions to really see what allowed him to become successful. But before we do that, I'm going to ask Richard basically what his results have been and what the time frame has been and stuff like that. So let's dive right into it. So, Richard, how much money have you made? What is your gross sales and your net sales since you started since you dived into my coaching program basically, and how long did it take you to get to that point?
Yeah, actually, I get started. I just watched the video at first, but it took me 3 to 5 days to finish. But at first, I stopped for 2 weeks to settle some stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, then I get back very quickly to finish my products. I finished in 1 day, and I took it to a second round to. In 2 days, I finished the products.
Mm-hmm.
Then I quickly set up, because I have some experience in the creation, the PayPal button. So around 5 days, I got it done with my PayPal and the funnel. So currently, I'm making around 100 to 200 per day.
Wow.
Yeah, because usually I get myself booked for 5 to 7 days ahead, so around 1 week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I haven't started talking to people on Facebook because they contact me directly. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I make part of the revenue, around 50% is from solo ads, but mostly is from the product sales.
Gotcha.
Because I try and, that's the importance of the sales runner, because we make money back, and the rest of the money from the back end help us to make back the revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the rest is the profits. So we add on is around 100 to 200 a day.
That's
currently.
awesome. That's awesome, man. So I think how long have you have we worked together? Probably 2 or 3 months tops, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So I mean, you basically you stepped in. I know you're someone who takes massive action, and one of the reasons why I feel that Richard is honestly so successful is because he's someone who just literally dives in head first, and he was literally had all these things going at the same time. He jumped into the coaching, he got his product done, he got his sales letter done, and he was already thinking about ideas for his upsell, and he literally watched every single ounce of training that I had that goes along with the coaching. And lo and behold, after a few revisions of his sales letter, on a few different Skype calls and Facebook chat message conversations and stuff like that, he was able to start basically making profits and break even margins on almost every solo that he's bought, and he's actually making a huge name for himself right now, which is just incredible. I see people he's already selling solo ads to. I saw someone today who reported a 215% ROI on one of his solos who got 3 sales right in the Facebook group. So it's just amazing to see what is possible when you set your mind to it in such a limited time frame. So Richard, what do you think was the biggest obstacle or problem or challenge that you had before you started until you got to the point where you are now, and how did you kind of solve that problem or issue? What was the toughest thing?
The toughest thing is mainly the sales letter.
The sales letter? I figured you might say that.
Yeah, and my language, because my
Yeah.
English is not really good, but I still have some friends to help me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and the sales letter, the testimonial part, yeah, and then the story, how to make it flow. Because
Yeah.
some of my friends say the sales letter is not, it doesn't link to each other, doesn't flow.
Right.
So I keep changing to make it flow, and mainly the Photoshop and the graphics, the part. You know, I'm not sure how to make it properly, but after a few tries, we can get the headline properly. Yeah, and the video part, we need to record the video. I try around 20 over times
Yeah,
to get it. Yeah, and mainly is that. Because the rest, because I straight away link the whole funnel before I even do anything. So I already draw the mind map out. So we already plan how the sales funnel will work. And I link the whole funnel, then I go back and tweak the sales page. Because I know the sales page is the most important part.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember you actually showing me that. Yeah, that entire mind map where you just had like the squeeze page laid out, the sales page, the downsells, the upsells, what's going to happen after that. And yeah, I think like planning and writing that down is definitely something that is extraordinarily useful when you're doing anything. And yeah, man, that's literally remarkable. And you know what's really cool to me is that English is not your first language. Like many people who want to build an online business, obviously, like you and I both work with many people who don't have English as their first language as well. Like I have other students who are, from like Richard from Singapore and from Romania, from India, all those other places where they speak multiple languages. And I think Richard actually speaks like 3 or 4 languages, which is incredible. Because I can speak, honestly, myself, like English and a little bit of Spanish. And he didn't let his barrier for English limit him or prohibit him from creating a sales letter that produced sales, that produced results, and which is pretty remarkable. And now, like in the group, I see Richard more and more actually in my coaching group, sharing all of his experiences and advice with the other students in the group, and also motivating them and cheering them on, just because of the fact that he was able to achieve some pretty incredible results in a very short span of time. So what else can we grill you on, Mr. Richard? Have you had I know you've had I think you've had some experiences in internet marketing before you and I crossed paths and started working together on the whole list building and solo ads side of it. So like what other success have you had with like other businesses and stuff like that? Basically, before we got a chance to work together, and we're still working together, obviously, but before we got a chance to do stuff.
Okay. Maybe a few years ago, I do search engine optimization.
SEO? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe to do affiliate marketing.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, but now the search engine has changed so much.
Yeah.
So actually, previously, I first started doing PPC directly to a ClickBank offer.
Yep.
So directly we start making money in the first day itself. Yeah,
That's awesome. Wow.
Well, we start promoting the first product is True About Apps. So I start.
Truth About Apps, yeah.
So I start to target all the weight loss and start making like 100 a day. I remember.
That's
the
amazing.
first day I got $80. Yeah.
That's
Then
awesome.
I got surprised. So that's my first. Then from there I started doing blogging models, doing the squeeze page. At first, yeah, I started with squeeze page, but the squeeze page from previously is too fancy and it don't work anymore. Because 5 months ago I tried with the squeeze page from 5 years ago. It's too fancy and the opt-in rate is like 5 to 10% only.
Only 5 to 10% response to opt-in. Yeah.
As compared with now, what we're doing is like 40 to 50%.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's amazing. And in the solo business, if you build a good squeeze page, yeah, you can get 40 to 50% opt-ins across the board. I've had a client report up to 70% before, which is crazy. To show you the sky's really the limit with this stuff. So cool, man. So what are your future goals, man? Like right now, you're making like $100 to $200 a day between product sales and solo sales, and like I think if I heard you right, about half of that is profit. So which is really cool. It's about $1,500 to $3,000 per month, pretty much take home. So like, how far do you want to scale this thing? Are you thinking like 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month? Do you ever see yourself being a coach someday? as well?
Yeah, because I'm preparing all the content currently.
Yeah.
And I'm building 5 levels of membership website, which I currently
Nice.
started my level 1. Yeah, because on my offline, I still coach some people offline.
Awesome.
So they asked me to record video. So I start from there to finish all the different levels. So I start with level 1, all the basic content. So I slowly progress until the last level is the private coaching for people that I can help.
Of course.
And I combine my different years of experience, such as how to create their products, all the tools they need. Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
different ways. There are around 11 ways I recorded down, like such as using Udemy, Fiverr, all those. So I will record live case study, yeah, to teach them how, not just on the solo ad business, but they can make money from other ways online.
Of course, like affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
promoting stuff on forums, and there's tons of ways to do it.
Yeah.
So, okay. You just made me think of something, and then you made me think of something else. So I'm trying to remember what the first thing was that you made me think of. So, oh man, what was it? Come back to me. Okay, so it was it's something to do with the membership site. Okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, that's what it was. How? What is your Aweber list right now? I think you told me the other day like you were able to get to like 10,000 subscribers or something. Is that right?
Yeah, around 10,000 now.
So you're at okay. So I think like it was like you built a list of like 10,000 subscribers in like 60 days or something. Wasn't it like that?
Minus the 2 weeks.
2 weeks, you said?
I was away previously, so around 40 over days.
About 40 days.
Yeah.
So about 40 days, you built a list of 10K subscribers. So that right there goes to show you like how powerful it can be when you have a sales funnel that literally just self-liquidates and literally you can get like 3 to 4 sales or 5 sales, sometimes more for every 100 people who opt into your list. And then on top of that, with your follow-up sequence in place, you can literally make tons of sales on the back end as well. And also monetize those customers, those subscribers and customers with other services like higher level ticket stuff, the membership sites, which is something I personally do and enjoy a lot. I've been able to get over like 500 people in my membership site that it bills $27 a month first level and $60 a month second level. So if you can do the quick math, it's pretty crazy how nuts this can be. And I used all solo ad traffic to do that. And the retention rate's pretty solid. And it looks like that's where Richard is heading as well. And then upgrading to the private client side of things and also doing the sponsored advertising in your email list, because when you hit 10,000 subscribers like Richard did in 40 days, man, I mean, the sky's really the limit. With solo ads, you can email a few times a day and you can make money from doing that. You've got affiliate marketing you can do as well, and CPA offers as well. And there's just a myriad of different things that you can do once you arrive at that point. So, Richard, is there anything else that you would like to add that you feel like might have some other people watching this right now might, if someone else was watching this right now and they're like, oh man, Richard, if you could tell me one thing that you think would help me, get to where you're at, to get to that $100 to $200 a day, quickly as you did, or even twice as long as you, like if it only took me 2 or 3 months, without me babbling on, what do you think that one thing would be, that one skill or that one what's the one thing that the people watching on this call should take away or should focus on specifically to produce the type of results that you're getting for yourself?
Yeah. The most important is booking the solos.
Booking the solos?
I have a problem previously is when I want traffic to my funnel because I'm ready to test, but I couldn't find vendors to sell me the solos.
That's a good problem to have.
yeah, so because they are booked 1 to 2 weeks ahead.
Right.
So I asked around and I got like 2 weeks that I couldn't have any traffic to my funnel.
Right.
So I went to buy hundreds clicks, 200 clicks. But it's not enough to test.
Right.
Yeah. So the second thing most important is to link the whole funnel together and decide on the product that you want. Because we don't want to get distracted.
Right.
The third thing is to finish the sales page and using the solos to slowly tweak the whole funnel so that you can start making sales. Yeah. Then from then on, because I book the solos like 1 to 2 weeks ahead.
That's awesome.
So it will motivate us because when we know that the traffic is coming, we will put in more effort to finish before the solo reach our page.
Yeah.
So we can maximize the whole solo.
Of course, man. And I think people underestimate with the solo ad business how good it is to plan things. And that's something that I know I could definitely touch upon more with some of the future things. Like once you get that sales funnel in place, like Richard has that, because there are a few things will happen. You know, when you want to buy traffic from a great solo ad seller, obviously if they have great traffic, you know, they can be booked 1 to 2 weeks in advance, and you don't want to wait, 2 weeks. So one of the ways you can conquer that is while you're actually working on your funnel, is to prepay the person or the vendor. You can contact people who are great solo ad vendors like Juan Morales, Riz Nicholas, Tomer Elgerbley, myself, Richard, and a variety of other people. And you can say, hey, look, man, I know you're probably booked for a week or two. I'm working on my funnel right now, and I'm really going to need some high quality traffic to test on. So while you're working on the funnel, you can actually look out 10 days from when you think your funnel is going to be done and actually book that traffic so you know it's going to go out on that day. And you can always move it if you have to. But then you'll get priority because you've already prepaid in advance, if that makes sense. And also, that will give you the edge to want to actually go and get your funnel done, right? Because you got traffic on its way and you don't want to have to reschedule, So that's another little technique that you can use. And what Richard was saying about pre-booking, yourself a week or 2 weeks in advance, that's the real beauty of the solo ads business. Like unlike affiliate marketing, where you have to wait 2 weeks or a month or 45 days to get paid from the affiliate networks. I know ClickBank does weekly and so does ClickShore, but with solo ads, you get paid in advance before you ever do anything. You can make 7 or 8 sales in the same day, the same few hours. You can make $1,000 or $2,000. I'm sure Richard's going to start having days like that where he books himself up for 10 days or 14 days or more. And, now he has all these click orders to work on, but he's already gotten paid, right? Now all he has to do is manage those orders, provide great customer service, help those people get great results so that they come back. And just follow up with those people in a week or two. Say, hey, John Doe, last time you got a solo ad with me, you got 40% opt-ins, you got 3 sales on 200 clicks. I think if I heard you correctly, you made almost all your money back. Would it make sense to proceed with another solo? And if John just got paid on Friday, or if he's in the mood, he's going to be like, hell yeah, let's do it, Richard, or let's do it, man. Let's do another solo. So it can really you can really create that repeat solo ad business right out of the gates or thin air. So I think one of the things that separates Richard is the fact that he was able to build a sales funnel. And he did something that many of my students, for whatever reason, just don't like to do, is Richard is not camera shy. And he literally practiced and sat down and did a 60-second video on his sales letter that he basically tells the person to read the darn page, right? It just tells the person to focus on the page and to actually read what he has there. And I think that might be one of the many things that I myself have suggested to Richard. I know he's had other people suggest some things to his sales letter as well that really got it to completely just get burning on all cylinders and go completely nuts with it. That allowed him to get to 10,000 AWeber subscribers in I think it was 40 days, going from his product sales and solo ad sales to grossing $100 to $200 in any given day with about 50% profit margins, which is simply fantastic. All right, man, Richard, if you have anything else to add before we conclude this little call, feel free to do so, man. That was my spiel. I'm done. The floor's on you.
Yeah, because I think the most important is don't afraid to buy solos.
Don't be afraid to buy solos, yeah.
Because I remember the first few times when my funnel is also not done, I really started to buy 100 clicks.
I remember that. Yeah, man. You had ants in your
Yeah,
pants.
I thought that I didn't make any sense. But it's okay. But because I know that my sales page is not there, but I still wanted to test the whole funnel itself.
Yeah, man, that's absolute. I'm so happy you brought that up because I remember when you first started running traffic, a few times you ran a bunch of solo orders to your page, and I don't think you really got any sales. You had literally low or no sales, and that's really important to focus on that. Richard's a very smart guy, but honestly, even when he first started, he bought a bunch of traffic, like he was just saying, and he was not getting any sales at all. And until we worked together on it and got him to change a bunch of things, that's when I think it made a big difference for him as well. With his sales letter to produce sales, we switched the offer structure around a little bit, the price point, the headline, we added the video, we checked the flow of the whole page a little bit, we changed some of the sub-headlines. I think we modified the PayPal proof images on the page to show that people potentially what's possible from following this. We did tons of stuff, and then all of a sudden, like overnight, Richard just bought all this traffic from people we trust in this space, and I was like, oh my god, this came out of nowhere. I mean, it seems like he came out of nowhere, right? But I think the takeaway is that, he just took action. He just did it. He made the investment. He took the risk. He got undesirable results. We tweaked it. They got better. We tweaked it again, and the results, they got better again. And now, Richard has to take 90% of the credit, honestly, because, I'm over here in the corner kind of advising him on what to do. That's my job as a mentor, but, he was the one who really did all the work. And he deserves that money, and he deserves the success. And it's exciting, It's very exciting. I honestly think that anyone who steps into this business can make it work if they really commit to it and focus on it, and they basically get an index card and write down, rule number 1, don't give up. Rule number 2, read, line number 1 or whatever. Just don't quit, You can make it work. All right, well, cool, man. Any last thoughts before we wrap this baby up or what?
Never stop thinking.
All right.
Yeah. Even people asking me how is the conversion rate, like I still say it's not enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I still thinking, and people suggesting me things, so I looking on how to bring it to the next level. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm working on my another funnel. Because now I'm working on another funnel which is about my membership website. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so that's another good takeaway. Don't get complacent either. Even after you experience that initial success, stay hungry. Like Richard said, he's already building another funnel as well. And I've actually built multiple funnels out for myself too. So that's worth noting. Just stay hungry, stay committed, stay excited about it, and be happy that you're the one who can make your own hours. You don't have to show up at a Starbucks at 2 in the morning and then wait on tables at night, and or whatever your 9-to-5 job is, or whatever it is you live and whatever it is you do. This business is universal. You can do it from any place on the planet that has a Wi-Fi connection and a laptop, and staying really focused and committed. So thanks for joining Richard and I on this call, and I hope you got a lot of value out of hearing Richard's story and seeing his case study about what he was able to remarkably accomplish in such a short amount of time, when he really just kind of went, pedal to the metal and just went in head first. Now he's getting the results that he wants, but he's not going to stop there. So all right, thanks, man. I appreciate you getting on the call with me for this. I appreciate your time, and I hope everyone watching this inspires them and gives them the opportunity or the hindsight to think about doing solo ads, think about internet marketing in a different light, and to see what people are really capable of. All right, well, thanks. This is Justin and Richard signing off, and we'll see you. Thanks.
Thanks.